What's going on YouTube? It's your boy here, DrewChainz with DrewChainz Outdoors, and today I'm going to do a product review of a product that's new to me, which is going to be the Lews Mach Crush here. Now the Lews Mach Crush, let me tell you this, off the jump, if you're talking about passing the eye test when you're buying fishing gear, the Lews Mach Crush definitely does that. I chose the bright orange and black combination just because I thought it just stood out to me over the green and black. I mean, this right here is a flashy real rod combo that appeals to us next generation fishermen. This right here is a beautiful setup, and so Lews really took the time as far as craftsmanship is concerned, from the oversized grips to the matching grips to the details on the craftsmanship on the reel and on the rod. Like, you can't beat the craftsmanship that Lews put into this. Now you have an all carbon body here, which is fantastic. Carbon and aluminum, so it means it's going to be lightweight. The size fits in your hand very well, so when you're out there working this thing, like, you're not really worried about is it going to feel comfortable or not. Like, it feels comfortable, it feels natural, which is always a great thing. As far as the specs, we'll get into those in a second, but I want to point out some obvious things that Lews did here. Going back to these grips, these are oversized Lews custom grips, so Lews took the time to really just kind of ensure that these grips are what you needed to be successful when you're fishing. I'm confident when my hands are wet, when they're cold, like, these grips are what I'm going for here. I wish I could have these at all my poles, but I feel very confident that, you know, my Lews bait caster has these on it and will give me the ability to bring in some really big fish when the conditions are not so good. Going down to the rod itself has very similar grips as far as obviously the same in material and feel. Just the only difference is the size, but like I said, they feel fantastic. It's almost like you're gripping a football or something like that. I mean, the grip on it is solid, it's strong, it's relaxing, it's comfortable. I recommend this off the eye test alone. The way it looks and feels, you cannot beat the Lews Mach Crush combo. I typically don't buy combos because I like to set up stuff based on how I like it and what I feel comfortable with as far as brands are concerned. I have no problem buying another Lews combo because they look amazing, they feel amazing, and the quality is fantastic. The price, I mean, at $200 for the setup, I mean, it is a little spendy as far as if you're someone who's trying to, you know, fish on a budget, which $200 may be breaking the bank for some people. But I'll tell you this: if you buy one, you won't need to buy another one because they're fantastic. They're going to hold up and have a good warranty on them as well. Now, as far as the specs on this real rod combo, I have a left-handed retrieval. I typically like everything left-handed because my spinning reels, which I grew up using, are left-handed. So just to keep consistent with how I feel in muscle memory, I keep everything on my left side. The gear ratio is 7:5 to 1. So I think you're going to bring in like 30 inches of line for every turn or so. As far as the capacity of the line, you're going to have a 12-pound test with 110 yards of line. Obviously, you can adjust that based on different variables. Like, you can go heavier with less line, et cetera, et cetera. But they recommend as a 12-pound test and 110 yards of line here. It has a max drag of 20 pounds, so when you're using this with that max drag of 20 pounds, it allows you to really kind of rip this that bait through some weeds, through the trees, through the rocks. So you're going to be able to get that bait back if you throw into some heavy stuff, which is awesome. As far as the bearings are concerned, you have a 9 to 1 bearing capacity, which is fantastic. So some solid bearings in there. I believe they're made of aluminum, which give you that saltwater capability. The weight is 7.3 ounces. Isn't the lightest reel, but definitely not the heaviest. What's nice about it is that it doesn't feel cheap, and sometimes, light is awesome, but light also feels kind of inexpensive. This is light, but like I said, it feels like a high quality carbon. It doesn't feel cheap. It looks amazing with the Lews badges on it, like I said, and the branding, as well as the like aluminum and orange. I mean, it just looks fantastic. You can't beat it. The rod it comes with is, the specs on the rod are going to be it's going to be a 7-foot rod. Most of them I've been seeing are going to be a medium heavy with a fast taper action. The line weight is 10 to 20 pounds, and you're going to have a weight of about 3/16 to 3/4 of an ounce on the graphite pull here. Lews went ahead and gave you your first eye with the extended protruding eye on the rod, just to give you more cast control and just create a smoother use. They also took the time to put the aluminum nubs on the reel and rod on the rod, so you can have there's a little more flash to it. Like I said, it looks fantastic. It's solid. Can't beat it. Now, the price of the reel alone, the reel retails at Cabela's for $159.99. The pole retails for $100. The combo, though, however, is only going to be $200. So buying them together, it saves you about $60 when it comes down to the overall price for the combo. I would definitely recommend buying them together. They look amazing. They feel amazing. As far as the castability is concerned, now Lews did a good job of making sure that all the knobs that you need to adjust as far as the tension and the brakes, as well as the drag, like they all click. So it's nice to know that you can just dial this in based on your clicks. The tension knob here, which is going to be black with the aluminum edge. An orange edge, like has a nice little click to it. So you can really dial that thing in, as well as the braking system here on the side. You can really just crank those brakes in there and make sure you have the right adjustment. This pops off. I'm not going to pop it off right now, but it pops off to look at the magnets on the inside for your braking system. This button right here, as far as the release button, smooth, very nice, very solid. Does not feel cheap. Feels fantastic. Like I said, it sits in your hand. It's going to say it has some good branding on there as far as speed spool on the front, that nice Lews badge right here on the side, some other branding right here and marks as far as what to do with it, opening up and down as far as adjusting. Great job, Lews. This Mach Crush, beautiful, solid. And for the price and what you're spending on a rod reel combo, if you want to buy one rod reel combo, it's going to last you a long time. Right here, this Lews Mach Crush is what you want. Comfortable. Very nice. So I recommend buying this. I do have this hooked up with some 10-pound Croc braid. Croc has always been good to me as far as being reliable. This Croc Extreme braid is strong, it's durable. I like the fluorescent yellow. By coincidence, it kind of matches his Lews badge, which is nice here, just to see that. But by coincidence, it does match. But besides that, it's strong. In that dirty water, when you're throwing that thing out there and a fish hits it, before you can feel it, you're gonna see that line really kind of fly. And so I do like the Croc Extreme braid for the colors. You can obviously buy colors in any brand, but this Croc braid is amazing. Like I said, it's gonna really give you a good shine in the water, which is important. And so I would recommend Croc braid to anybody. I have it on all my reels and rods. So overall, I recommend that you go pick up a Lews Mach Crush as soon as you can, just because the quality, what you get as far as how long it's going to last, the usability. Like I said, it's very easy to cast. The adjusting's easy, so a lot of times using a bait caster, you get turned off by the adjusting and throwing in bird's nest, like it gets frustrating. This is not hard to use at all. Like you're gonna have a good time throwing it around. I'm completely confident that my Lews Mach Crush will perform in the worst conditions. It catches fish. I feel confident. It looks good, so I use it. Half the battle is when you look good, you fish good, and this right here is going to definitely help you look great out there. And the usability is fantastic. So as well as looking good, you're going to be able to perform at your top level because you have some top gear. So that's all I got on the review for the Lews Mach Crush. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. Will I buy another one? Absolutely. Go ahead and follow my channel, DrewChainz Outdoors. Again, I'm DrewChainz, and thank you so much for watching. DrewChainz Big Country. I'm out.